Hello, welcome back to Book Talks with me, just sharing my good friend, Joe Smith. Today we'll be talking about a recent favorite of mine, Circe by Madeline Miller. Joe?
Thanks for having me. Yeah, it was refreshing to read such a well-crafted book. The characters are brought to life and through Madeline Miller's expert writing. I'll admit I was a little skeptical of historical fiction at first, but it really turned me around.
The diction is great, but I especially like the themes. I thought it was really well done how Miller displays the power structures throughout the book. I mean, at the start, Circe is kind of meek, a servant to her father Helios, always wanting his attention and becoming frustrated at his ignoring her. I think that really hurts her idea of self-worth because she is seriously less powerful than him at that point, and thinks she's just destined to float along and not really do anything impactful. Helios doesn't get that much credit most of the time, but he really was a powerful character in Greek mythology. He's not necessarily inferior to the Olympians, but just takes their side so he doesn't have to cause trouble. And I think you can draw a parallel to Circe there a little bit. Circe has power and ideas, but she just submits to her father and, like I said, floats along until she can't take it anymore. But even that gets built up over time. She tries to make it work like Helios does, taking the cue from her father a little bit to keep things peaceful, even if it's not ideal, just to get by. But that ends up backfiring when Aedes comes back as a master of magic. Helios is scared of his power and just kind of lets him develop his powers. And through that, Circe as well. And Circe becomes a real threat to the gods and even defies Athena. Helios' fear that he may not be the most powerful in the room leads to him forfeiting that right. That fear means he doesn't completely resolve the situation, and he just keeps Circe and Aedes out of his way. I think that many world leaders could afford to learn that lesson as well. I understand why governments don't want to start another world war, but just staying to the side won't help anyone in the long run. For example, in Ukraine, Russia invaded, clearly being the aggressor and allegedly committing some war crimes, but the U.S. wouldn't get involved directly. Although I appreciate the financial support, I think we could have done more. But instead, we stood to the side, didn't want to cause a problem, make everyone else mad, and let Russia continue to invade. And now the war in Gaza began, and the U.S. has also not stepped in.
And another example of that is Scylla. Circe creates a monster, but no one steps in to stop it. Scylla kills so many mortals.
Yeah, that is an important point. Until Circe fixes her mistake, it continues to kill mortals day after day. Every day the war in Gaza and Ukraine continues, more people die. I think that Circe's actions later in the book are much more indicative of a fair leader. She judges the sailors coming into her island and turns a bad one into pigs. She gives them all a chance for most of the book and ends up protecting herself, but also finding Odysseus. And I think that really is the way to do it politically. Keep watch and intervene when necessary. Well, thanks for coming out, Joe. And like always, if you have any comments or book recommendations, feel free to contact us for a chance to be in our next episode. Until next time.